and welcome to the SwirlyCast, the only audio show that can be enjoyed by humans and yokai alike, and it's the subject of being a 6-way crossover. All the other contestants are me. I am your host, Koma. Happy you decided to spend a few minutes out of your day to come hang out. And with formalities out of the way, what is on the mind today, we are talking about a crossover game. Now, crossover games have had a very particular track record of being either great or terrible. But we have a great one on our hands today, and that game that we're talking about today is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Now, this is the first fighting game I'm talking about on this show. If you want to count the Steve reveal for Smash Brothers as a SwirlyCast, go ahead. But this is the first traditional fighting game that we're talking about, so forgive me if I'm a little rusty on the topic, but this is actually the first ever true fighting game that I've ever played. But I think I started off with a good one. So, what exactly is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle? If those of you who are unfamiliar, because I don't think it sold all that well. So, this game is a 4-way crossover at launch between 4 different IPs. Those being the BlazBlue series, Persona 4 Arena, Ruby, and Under 90 in Birth. All of them have had fighting games in the past, I think, aside from Ruby at that point, because it was just an animated series, and then it started getting games, so I don't know what the thought process is for that, but hey, there you go. And they all come together so that they can have, like, one big fighting tournament and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a great setup. Like, it feels natural. It doesn't feel like it's too forced, and you do get some pretty fun interactions with all the characters in it, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Using the mechanics of BlazBlue at its advantage, so like things like Resonance Blaze and all the basic fighting commands, and it's actually a very easy and beginner-friendly fighting game to master. This isn't like Tekken or later Street Fighter games or what I heard. This is a very easy game to learn, and it's very difficult to master, so I feel like that's why I was able to get into it pretty well, and plus having Persona characters doesn't hurt at all, so let's go ahead and get into the story. The story of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is that there is this huge tournament going on, and each of the characters from the 4 universes get summoned there, and they each have to participate in their own story. BlazBlue's story follows Ragna the Blood Edge, which is that BlazBlue's main protagonist, as he tries to fight his way and get himself back to his own world, and that's the one where you actually get to fight with multiple characters from multiple universes. The Persona 4 story involves Yu Narukami and Yosuke Hanamura, trying to find their friends and then also get back home. Ruby's story is all about Ruby Rose, the main protagonist of that series, trying to protect one of her keystones and trying to make sure that she all gets home. And Under 90 in Birth is about the main protagonist of that series, Hyde, trying to protect the keystone, and yeah, you get it by now. It's pretty much just a box standard story for each of the main four campaigns, and all of them feel pretty much the same, aside from the interactions that happen in each of them, so it kind of feels a little bit pointless that BlazBlue is the main canon storyline, but all the other alternate scenarios is actually pretty fun too. Plus, I don't mind getting to play as the other characters, because they are all pretty fun to play as. So, there you go, that's the story. You gotta fight your way back home from your other universe. There you go. But we're not quite done with it just yet. During the 2.0 release, an extra piece of DLC was released. And I haven't played it yet myself, but from secondhand experience through watching videos on it, it's about another BlazBlue character named Naoto trying to win a stamp rally along with other characters and adding 2 more universes to crossover, those being Arcana Heart and Senran Kagura. So, Heart from Arcana Heart and Yumi from Senran Kagura, as well as characters from Persona 4 Arena like Labris, Mitsuru, Aegis, and Teddy, and just a bunch of other series too. So pretty much, it's just a huge crossover tournament. There's a stamp rally. It's a bunch of fun stuff. All the interactions have pretty much gone from being a little bit more serious than usual to actually being very, very silly, which is something. It's very anime-esque, and you could tell that that's the main approach that they went for writing some of the jokes in this game. it's nice. I definitely appreciate what they try to do here. But enough of that story. Let's get into that gameplay. It's a fighting game, and there's a bunch of different commands that you can do. Every character pretty much feels the same way to play. There's not any major differences in how they play, aside from the persona characters having each of their personas, and that's pretty much just it. There's a few commands that you can input, like quarter circles and quarter counterclockwise circles. You could do to activate special moves. Yeah, it's a box standard fighting game, all right. And where the mastery of the mechanics comes in is with the game's versus mode. I played a few matches in versus during my time in BlazBlue Cross Tag, and yeah, I may have gotten my butt smacked by a lot of people, but I feel like I had a pretty good time, and I was learning my mechanics pretty well. My main two characters that I used were Noelle from BlazBlue and Yosuke, and I feel like I was able to make use of what I got. I didn't buy any of the DLC because I got the game very, very late, and I did not think I would be able to find a lot of people, but I did find some people, so I might consider it. So here you go. It's a pretty fun fighting game, even with just the base roster, and yeah, I think it's a very, very solid game all around. Sure, the 2.0 DLC has a lot of new content. There's a bunch of new characters. It's something that I like. It's not something that I feel would be oh, what is it? Overshadowed by something else. Because like you had to have all the DLC in play in order to access the new secret story, which is essentially just a major epilogue. But I think it works out in its favor because you get to have every single character all there at once. So whatever. Again, I'm very much rambling at this point because I don't really know how to explain fighting games. So you'll have to, if you put up with me for this long, you deserve an MVP. But yeah, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is a great game. I would actually recommend this to fighting game beginners because I was actually a fighting game beginner when I started playing that game. I learned it, and I eventually was decent at it. I'm not going to say that I'm good at it because I haven't played it in a while, but I do know that I was a decent player at best. So there you go. But yeah, I think that about covers it for now. Pretty short episode, but I wanted to cover BlazBlue Cross Tag anyway, so there you go. But with that said, this has been Kama, and my friends, fellow viewers, and camaraderies alike, thank you for tuning into this episode of the SwirlyCast. Until next time, bye bye! I wonder how many more universes they could cross over if there was a Cross Tag Battle 3.0. Huh.